All right, hello, everyone. My name is David Ogunike. I'll go by the nickname of Super Dave. We have a packed webinar today. We have over 100 people registered for this webinar. Kind of incredible, considering I did not promote this to anyone. I wanted to see how many people would show up. We don't have 100 people here. We have about 52 people, which is still impressive. So what I'm going to do today is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more based on actually, first, let me just explain, because we might have other people watching this webinar. So like I said, my name is David Ogunike, also known as Super Dave. And what I try to do is basically every week I try to do a training to help people build our business we're in, but really the techniques, the skills, what I'm going to share with you would actually allow you to build any other business, any other network marketing business that you may be involved in. So we're not just in not just our current company, but any other company that you might be in. Okay, so because really the rules that you use to build one business is going to be the same. So what you have to do is you have to build on yourself. You have to build the skills, the knowledge. And once you have that, you are powerful. It doesn't matter if today you're in XYZ company and that company closes down tomorrow. You always have the skills to be able to make something happen in the next company that you get into. All right. So back to what I was saying. So in today's webinar, what I'm going to be sharing with you is basically a presentation that I tweaked it again last night. I'm going to be running through it. I'm not going to run through it on this actual webinar, but I'm going to be continuing to do the recording that I'm working on right now. I just want to show you some of the tools, what I use to actually record this in case you wanted to do it yourself. And also to show you some other tools that I'm going to be using soon as we move on. Okay, because there's different processes in actually creating those actual presentations. First of all, let me see if I can draw down, if this is plugged in. I want to draw out different ways of presenting. I want you guys to see a bigger vision, bigger picture as to what it is you're trying to do when you're actually building your own business, your own online business. Okay, and again, I'm gearing all this towards the network marketing opportunity, and I'm also drawing out what my overall game plan is going to be for our current business, the business I'm actually working on right now. Okay, so if you want to know more what that is, and you're watching this somewhere, you can just send me a Facebook message. That's my name. Just search facebook.com/my name and boom, you'll get to me and you can send me a private message. Okay, so let me pull this up here. Paint, there we go. And hopefully, let's see if this is gonna work here. Hello. Oh yeah. All right, let's get rid of that. Oh, darn it. Okay, let's make it brand new. No, let's make this totally new. No, don't save it. All right, so this is so just to show you real quick. Okay, I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff today. For the majority of you guys, it's not going to be. How do I say? I want to be polite here. For most of you, wait a minute. What am I recording? I hope I'm using the right microphone. Yeah. So for most of you, you may go, "Oh wow, this is wow, whoa." And you may not be able to see yourself doing what I'm about to share with you. But if you even just try to do just one or two of the things that I'm going to share with you today, you will be amazed as to what could happen to you in terms of your confidence, about how you feel you can build your business, stuff like that. So I'm going to encourage you to at least try something somewhere, all right, just to start, okay? So let me go backwards. So basically, here's a presentation that I have, and it's a PDF format of the actual presentation. All right. So what I've done is I created a PowerPoint presentation first, and then I converted it into a PDF. The reason I have it on a PDF is because even though I use PowerPoint, when I want to present, if I'm presenting in person, I use an iPad for that. And iPads are made by Apple. And Apple has a different program for presentations called Keynote. So when you convert a PowerPoint presentation to a Keynote presentation, it doesn't really look the same. But if you put it onto a PDF, guess what? I can easily email this and anyone can open up a PDF document. Doesn't matter if they're iPad, if they're PC, laptop, Mac, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? Or, you know, phone, anyone can open up a PDF document. That's why I converted it to a PDF document, okay? So what I'm gonna do next, I wanna draw out my master plan as to what I'm gonna do. And then, you know, as time goes on, you know, if anyone watches this webinar, when they come back, they go, Dave, so, you know, I saw how you drew out what you're going to do, you know, so how is it working now? You know, and I can teach you, I can show you all this stuff just so you, at least you'll know, because I haven't done this. This is just what my master plan is, okay? So, where are we here? Let's change the color here. There we go. Okay, so at the end of it, it doesn't matter what the business is, the opportunity is, no matter what it is that you're actually doing, what you want is you want to have a system in place. System here, let's do system. You know, I can't even write properly, so I'm gonna type it out. What system? Okay, so system means. All right, is saving you. I think it's saving yourself time, energy, and money. System, saving yourself time, energy, and money. All right, so that's what system stands for. Okay, so anything you're trying to do, in fact, this is for me, anything I'm trying to do, I want to save myself time, energy, and money. I don't know if you were here at the very beginning. I had to pause a bit because I had to take my son down. You know, I've got my 4 kids, and you know, if you have a family, it's not as easy to do other things on the side, because when you have any spare time, and you have young kids anyways, they're always looking for your time as well. Okay, so, and if you have the money to go get a nanny and stuff like that, if that's what you want to do, then that could free up some time for you. But if you want to spend time with your kids, you want to be there for them, it's a totally different story. Okay, in my case, I want to be there for my kids. All right, so let's come back here and let's create this new again. Okay, so because I want to save myself time, energy, and money, what I want to do is I want to have different ways of presenting my business. Again, I showed you just a PDF. So this PDF document, okay, I'm going to have different ways of presenting this to people, and I want to draw out the overall game plan of it. Okay, at the end of it, no matter how I present it, you'll still need to talk to people or have people come into your presentation. But that part is actually easy to do. You just want to have this set up, because if you don't have this set up, then what ends up happening is you become the presenter. So your business only works when you can work. Okay. So again, what I'm going to show you guys is gold. Okay, because this is ninja stuff. This is stuff that most people don't even realize can happen. But this is what I'm going to do. Okay. So first of all, we all know. Let's click this here. So what I'm going to do, of course, is I'm going to have this presentation. I'm going to record it and put it on YouTube. Okay. So that's going to become a video presentation. All right. Now with that, I'm going to take that same video and I'm going to put it onto, oh God, that's supposed to be an arrow coming down. There we go. Okay, that's an arrow coming down. All right. So I'm going to put it now onto a website. Okay, and this website will have the same YouTube video again. So people say, well, Dave, why do you do that? Why don't I just put this on another secret site? Because on this video, I want people who are browsing YouTube, I'll have some title on here. So you know when people are watching a YouTube, let me pull it up here. When they're on YouTube.com. So when they watch a video, whatever the video is, okay, I just clicked on this video here. So you see all this stuff here? Okay, so see all this here? So my video will show up in here. Now not on Minecraft. I don't know why. I just clicked on whatever the first video is, so that's what came on. If I put in network, let's see, make money from home, for example, I'm sure a gazillion videos will show up for that. And whenever it loads up, so whenever that shows up, depending on the wording I give to my particular video, then it should be one of the list of videos that actually shows up on the side here. Okay, of course it's not gonna load up now. Oh, So, okay. So just so you understand, okay. So it's gonna be something like that. All right. So let's close that out there. Come back here. So I'm gonna have the YouTube video playing on here, and then at the end of this here, I'm gonna have a join link. Boop. There we go. I'm gonna have a join link. Join link. Okay, so that's a join link when someone joins, and this join link will take them to my company website. Okay, so company site. Okay, this stuff here is easy to do. You just create a video, and that's it. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this video here. I'm gonna take this and then record it. And the way I do it, the easy way that for me that I do it anyways, is I use a program called Camtasia. TextMate. Okay, so TextMate, they have Camtasia, and this is what I use. Okay, you can get it for Mac or PC. Okay, they have a 30-day free trial. You can click on it, use it for 30 days nonstop. So you record the screen, create a video, and then you can upload the video to YouTube. That's it. Very simple. Okay. So again, remember, I recorded a video. Now it's set up. All right. I have it on a website. That's bang, and I set up my join now button. Again, how do you put the video on here? Again, you can simply go to what I would do if brand new. I don't know what to do. I'll say, how do I create? It's called a capture page. Okay, so capture page is and then lead pages is one cool company. They may be simple lead capture page. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. How to create a capture page for free in 5 minutes. You can click any one of these things here and create a capture page. Basically, it's just a page you'll be able to capture people's information, and then have a link here which links to your company site. Okay, so this is the first step. All right. So what I'm going to do next now is, because I want to save myself time and energy. Okay, if I do this only for me, that's great, but it only works when I send people. Okay, but if I want to help the team out, what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to duplicate this page here. Oh God, I can't draw straight anymore. So I'm going to create the same page, okay, with the same presentation, but what's going to change here is that whatever the link is. So if, let's just say, for example, this is www.name.com, for example. Okay, I'm going to have the same thing here, www.name.com / and I'll set it up where people can choose a name that they have on here, and then with that name, or maybe a number, ID number or something, whatever it is, then this link here will then go to their own site. So now I can have other team members use the same page, everything, but now for me to set this up, it's going to cost me a bit of money to do that. Okay, but again, when this is set up now, I can send people to my own site, and the people that go, wow, this is great, I want to do this, I want to send people to the same page, all that kind of stuff. Guess what? They will have their own version of their page. So now they can do the same thing, and they can now start to send people to the page to give a presentation. Okay? Okay so far, right? Now again, this is still stuff you can do. How would I learn how to do this? Very simple. I would come up here and I'll say create, capture, I'll just have create replicated capture page. Okay? And capture page creator, replicate a slide, sync FTP, blah, blah, replicate easy, here. Replicated lead capture pages. Again, I'll just click on here, how to create and replicate an MLM lead capture page. Again, everything you need is all on here. I will look through this, but again, I'm not gonna look to spend a lot of money on this, okay? See, one of my team trying to click, so I'll just find something here and then go through the process to get that created. Okay, so you're still okay, you're still all right so far, right? If you have questions, feel free to type it in the box. Okay, so now this is the next level. Now the next step after this is where I will now create, okay, and I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to do it. I will now create, and like I said, I'm telling you guys what I'm going to do, okay, so you'll know. Next step now is now I'm going to create an auto webinar page. So this is a website here. This here is a replicated website here, and this here now will be a webinar. So what will happen now is I'll tell people, look, you know, guys, we're doing a webinar. We're doing 2 webinars a day or 3 webinars a day or whatever the case is. They'll go to our page. They'll register for the webinar. On that webinar, I'm going to create, oh, sorry, I forgot to put that here. I'm going to create another video here. Okay. That video will also be on YouTube. Okay. But it'll be a webinar that I do. I'll do this webinar one time. I'll record that webinar. But I'm going to take that same video and then put it on this webinar page. But this here is an auto webinar. So what will happen is when people come in, they will think they're coming into a live webinar. And just so you guys know, I did this way back when. And man, it was just beautiful. So what happens, they come to the webinar. You know, the webinar is going through the same presentation. Okay, the only difference is that it's a webinar presentation. And again, people don't know if there's 1 person webinar or 100 people on webinar. It doesn't really matter. What ends up happening is that I will make sure that I'm answering questions that most people have. I will have those questions pop up here during this webinar, and I will answer those questions. And the point is that as people are attending the webinar, they have the same questions. So I'm answering their question while they watch a webinar, and they're like, wow, this is pretty cool. But then what happens is right down here, there'll be another box that will show up, and this box will be where they can type in any other questions they have. And the way this is set up is that information is then going to be sent to my phone. All right. So, and it doesn't matter where I'm at anywhere in the world. So as people are typing their questions in there, I'll be able to respond to them from my phone. Remember, this is an auto webinar is playing, it's happening. So I could have my kid on my lap, I may be in Mexico somewhere, or no matter what I'm doing, I'm able to respond to people's questions as they're watching the webinar. Okay. Now, I'm just talking right now. I haven't done this part, so I don't know yet, but I'm sure it's feasible to be done. The next step, but before I go there, let me just stay here. So create auto webinars. Okay, create auto webinar. Web Ignition, Easy Webinar, Supreme Webinar. Look at automated webinar solution, auto webinar player, Evergreen business system. This is what I'm going to be using here. This guy here. I think it's Evergreen. I think it is. Yeah. So this is an auto webinar platform. Okay. So again, it's it's there. So everything is there. I'm showing you. Okay. It's just about knowing how to use the systems together to make them work to help you build your business. Okay. Now this is what I want to do, and like I said, I don't know. Let me just scan here right now because I don't know. It's what I'd love to do. Made for. Well, this is awesome. Okay, perfect. Let me just see. I'm just going to see real quick here. So it's $500 to do that one time. Automate your webinars. Okay, quick stealth. No, let's automate your webinar. Rolling webinars. Okay, good. Translate into 20 languages. Ooh, that's awesome. Especially if you have a business that's in so many different countries. Pay per attend. Ooh, you can even get people to pay. Register for a webinar. Okay. Register with your own squeeze page. Oh, even better. Okay, that's awesome. Use any time zone. That's good. Smart rolling date time. Perfect. Make seems similar. One day event expire. Okay. Plays where you want it to play. You can host or you can host on your own server. Sorry, I shouldn't. what I'm looking for basically, I want to create a replicated webinar, auto webinar. All right. So, and I'm assuming that's possible. It's outbound pre-recorded to attend. Wow, that is cool. Okay. Viral thank you pages, third-party integration, and built-in sequencing. No. Okay. A webinar reminder. Affiliate. Aha. Okay, something like this. In fact, we work with any. Still use that link tracking. Okay, so I don't. Perfect. Hold on. Allows you to have your landing pages replayed by show your affiliate picture next to yours with a special link. This exclusive helps increase. Oh my god, this is awesome. Okay, but that is picture and name. Picture and name. Ooh. So what this is saying is that, let's say I have my picture, I'm going to be doing the presentation, and then let's say I use you, Mike. So let's say, you know, you're going to refer people to the webinar. You could actually have your picture, your name show up as, you know, Dave and Mike are going to be doing a presentation today. And then people go, oh my God, hey, I know Mike. Geez, he's working with Dave. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for dynamic affiliate pre-recorded intro bumper exit offer. Okay. How do you affiliate glowing intro? Yeah, that would be cool as well. But I'm not looking for that. I'm looking, basically what I want to do is I want to be like when Mike, when you send someone to the webinar, I want, when the webinar is done, there's a link now where people can actually go join and sign up. But that link will have your link. So pretty much what I'm looking to do is this. Actually, let me just draw it out again here. So the same thing again. So here we are here. It's auto webinar, but slash something, almost like the replicated page here, but the auto webinar. So it'll still be the same webinar that goes on. Everything happens. They still ask questions here. All those questions all get sent to me. I'm still responding. But then during the webinar, then a button will show up to join now. Okay, so someone wants to join now. They click join now, and then it takes them to your company site. Okay, again, I don't know if I can do it or not, just so you know. All right, so I know for sure, guarantee 100% I can make that happen here with this feature here, but I don't know if I can do it with the auto webinar. Okay, I just don't know 100%. So, but that's what I'd love to do. And this way, because when people send people to a webinar, they go, wow, you know what? I really like that Dave guy, and maybe you put an ad out on Facebook and they don't even know who you are. You didn't brand yourself. You didn't say, hey, look, my name is Mike. I'm sending you to a webinar with my business partner, Dave. And they just come right to the webinar and they go, wow, who's this Dave guy? They just, find me out online and then sign up with me. Okay. And people do that kind of stuff, but that's why it's good for you to brand yourself. So people go, no, I want to work with Mike. This Dave guy, he's recommended Dave. That's awesome, but I still want to be with Mike. Okay. So you kind of want to set that up like that. All right. So, and I'll go through, I'll check more on this system later on, because I could just keep on reading. All right. So a lot of cool stuff there. Okay. So now, once this is set up, okay, so just so you guys understand. So like I said, I wanted to explain the systems have set up. Okay. So I want to have the system set up where I have my own site stuff set up, also set up for the affiliates I have on my team, so they can promote as well, and then create this auto webinar feature. All right, and then guess what? Look, there's help on here as well. All right. Now, no, I forget. I'm not going to talk about that. All right. So, so once this is set up now, the only thing I'll ever have to do once this is all set up, okay, like this YouTube stuff here, actually this is also another feature right here, so YouTube setup, is that when people now are doing like home parties, all they need to do if they're at home is they just need to press play on this video itself. Okay, on this. All right. Now, what happens is if you're online, you give someone your website, or you create a business card, you create a website, you'd be giving them this page here. Okay. And then once a week, or every 2 days, or at the end of the day, or whatever the case is, guess what? You'll be promoting the webinar. So you have a webinar every single day to show for people to actually get started. All right. That's the cool part on this. All right. Now, one more thing which I'm going to create, which I don't have here, is a getting started video. And all that is the same thing here. So if you show someone this, at the home party, and then when it's done, they go, wow, it looks good. I want to get in. Now what? I create another YouTube video here, which is you're getting started, GST. Okay. So basically you'll play this for them as well. And then I could have that, that's my arrow again. Jeez, I'm such a bad drawing. Yeah. And I'll just have a site where it would have this training on there as well. Okay. So then now all I would be focused on after all this is done, for me personally, all I would be doing is directing people to this webinar. Okay. That's, for me, is going to be the biggest thing. Because what I find with people is that when there's a webinar situation, people will register for it and they will attend it. And the reason I like it is because I'm going to say, make sure you ask your questions here. Make sure you ask your questions. Make sure you ask your questions. And if people type questions in there, they have to put their actual email address on there. And as you start to respond to them, now they're already like, wow, because they're getting responses from the person doing the presentation, they're blown away. Okay, so that's what I would do. That's where I would put a lot of my energy is getting people to register for the webinar. So whatever way you collect names of people, you want to be directing them to the webinar. And that's why if I can create the affiliate version of the webinar right here, then I think it'd be even cooler, because then your link will show up right there. So even if I answer their questions, I'll say, look, just click the join now link, and they could go bang right in here. Because the presentation that we have coming out, one of the biggest things we talk about is about securing your position. So you want to secure your position. And to secure a position, if you're in the US or anywhere in the world, it's only $50. In Canada, it's about $30. So what will happen is 90% of people that come to our presentation will be securing a position. So they want to have access to the company's site so they can just quickly lock in a spot. If they don't lock in a spot, the very next person watching the webinar, which could be a minute later from them, it could be at the same time they're watching, it could be an hour later, whatever the case is, if they don't lock their position in, they end up losing those people if the other people take action first. Okay? So that's why I would set this up the way I set it up. So again, just real quick, this video presentation here for this here will be anywhere, let's say around 10 minutes long. 10 maximum 15 minutes long. Webinars normally will be 30 to 45 minutes long. That's 4. Okay, 45 minutes long. People are coming in for information. They're coming in to get educated, to learn, to do something. What the heck is that? I have some static noise here. All right. So they get educated for stuff like that. Okay. So, and then that's it. Now there's one more thing I was thinking of doing. Like I said, I don't really want to talk about it right now because I don't know how that's going to play with everything else. So forget about it. I'm not going to talk about that. All right. So bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Okay. So now the next thing is, if I was going to get people to come to my webinars or stuff like that, what would I do to make that actually happen? How do you get people to come to a webinar? Okay. This is what I would do very, very easily is if I was on Facebook, which I am right here. Okay. I would simply just click on here. I would see the messaging coming in from different people, depending on organizations, whatever the case is. Okay. In this case here, because I deal with positive, uplifting stuff, a lot of people I hang around with all do the same thing. Okay. If you're brand new, never been involved in a home-based business at all, what you could do is type in network marketing. Okay, just to give you an example. So here's a very popular individual here. There's a blog. He has 692,000 people who like this blog here. And what you can do, if this was, darn it, I think this might crash now. Yeah, okay, let's do this here. Okay, so as you see here, so we posted a picture 2 hours ago. That's 2 hours ago. And 5,576 people like this page. So you can tell this is a very active page. When you have almost 700,000 people liking this, and you can see 466 of my friends like this page as well. Okay, so when you see all these different people, these people are all involved in different network marketing opportunities. 5,000. This is 5,500 people in the last 2 hours that just clicked like on here. Okay, that's kind of crazy. And not just that, but 2,151 shares in 2 hours. Okay, that's one. Two, this is a webinar that he's doing called Inside the Mind of Successful Women, Network Marketing Women, coming this Tuesday. Well, guess what? I can guarantee you a lot of people liking this will be, guess what? Women. You know, so again, all you got to do, you can simply click on here, and when you click on there, it gives you access to all these other people. Okay, these are all women. All right, well, there's nothing stopping you from clicking, say, on here, and then sending her a message. Hey Tara, how you doing? Listen, you know what I would do first, I would first look at her, just look at her wall, see what she's talking about, what she's doing. Click on about, see where she's at, life event. Now, most likely because I'm not her friend, so I maybe don't see everything on here. Okay, look at photos. Okay, create your dream. See, this is good stuff here. Like you want people doing stuff like this. Like this is uplifting type stuff. Okay, create your dream life. You know. So what I'll do is send a message and say, hey Tara. Hey Tara. Great connecting with you. I saw you liking the post about the women's networking webinar coming up in a couple of days. The picture you have holding the board with what was it? Was it live your dreams today? I think that's what it was. I have to go back and find that picture again. Well, create your dream life. Okay, create your dream life. Create your dream life. Create your dream life. I thought that was so cool. What did you use that picture for? Okay. Blog, great connector. Yeah, I saw you liking a post about the women networking event coming up in a couple of days. The picture you have holding a board would create your dream life. I thought it was so cool. And bang, I send her. Bang. Okay. So now I'm connecting. Okay. Now remember, I showed you this is just one out of. I hope this works. My back button here. Come here. Come back. I don't know her from nothing, okay? And come on, there we go. That was just one person from that clicked like from a post that was posted 3 hours ago. Okay. Now I'm not a woman. I don't know what her response is going to be like, but I'm trying to make it relatable when I'm actually connecting with her. If you're a female, you'll be connected with a lot more females a lot easier. Okay. So, anyways, that was it. And then now I'll start building a relationship. I'll try to find out. What is she doing? What business is she working on? How's it going for her? All that kind of stuff. And then I have a script that I can use now. If she's in US or Canada, because that's what I'm targeting right now, I have a script I can say, listen, you know what? An opportunity was brought to me where you can make about, it's going to cost $5,600, and your potential profit is about $80,000, but it's not going to cost you any money out of pocket to get started. Would that sound of any interest for you to get to know more? If she said, yeah, I mean, what is it? Then I would say, well, look, there's a webinar coming up, right? There's a webinar coming up, and I can send it over to you, and then you can register for it, and then you can get the details from there. Would that be okay? And she'll say, sure, no problem. Or if she's real busy, she'll be like, well, do you have any other information? I can't wait for the webinar, whatever the case is. So sure, I've got a 10-minute video I can send to you, and then I would send her this here. Okay. And I'll say, I'll send it over to you, and if you want to know more, then I can always send you the webinar information. So I will not send her both. I will send her one or the other. Okay. But first try to build a real relationship with the person. Don't just connect and blast. Get to know who they are, and just see how they are. Okay. So anyways, hope that makes some sense. But that's what I will be doing. Once all this is set up, when all this is all set up, all I'm doing is connecting with people and sending them to the information that's going to make sense for them. Okay? So if you have any questions, please type it in the box right now. If you don't have any questions, I'm just going to say, look, I want to thank you. Last webinar was really short. It was to the point. It was good. And I don't want to make the webinar longer than it really needs to be. Plus, I hear my son crying again. So I took him down when he was sleeping. So most likely he woke up now and he's not in daddy's bed. So that is it for now. Again, I want to thank you guys for attending. Hopefully you got something from here. Like I did say at the beginning, I think it was going to be a lot more advanced based on what I normally talk about and on helping people and building a business and stuff like that. But I just shared, sometimes people want to know, but Dave, how do you come up with these ideas? How do you create these different things? How do you know all this stuff? And you saw really a lot of it I Google out. I Google what I'm looking for, and then I go through to try to get the information from there. Okay? So with that, take care. Have an awesome week this week, and we'll see you We'll see you this week. All right? Okay, take care and have an awesome day. Ciao.